thank you very much for joining our webinar. Welcome to that event called Promoting Ocean Literacy and the Funding Sources to Make It Happen. Today we have a great set of speakers for our event that tackles oceans and waters. And I would like to tell you a few housekeeping items. First, we'll have a dedicated time for questions and answers at the end of each session. So during this time, you can use the raise hands options at the top left corner on the screen, and my colleague will invite you all to unmute yourself and address your questions. The second option is, if you prefer, feel free to write questions in the chat, and we will address them at the end of each presentation. The second note is that today's session is being recorded. And I would like to welcome Ms. Maëva Voltz to officially kick off our event and introduce the SHORE project. So Maëva Voltz is consultant in Euronovia. She is the SHORE partner responsible for leading the communication and dissemination work package. Thank you very much, Maëva, and please get on stage.
Great. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ivica, for the introduction. I'm Maëva. I'm from the company Euronovia. We're a French-based SME, and we are managing the communication and dissemination activities for the SHORE project. And I'm here, I think, with my colleagues Anaïs and Sarah, who are also doing the communication and dissemination activities. So I'm here just to give you a brief introduction of the SHORE project, just really briefly. So SHORE is a Horizon Europe funded project, and we are part of the Mission Ocean and Water. We've already passed the halfway point of the project, so we still have a bit less than a year and a half to go now. And the project really brings together 15 partners, each with their unique expertise, and it is led by the Ilić Technical University that is located in Istanbul in Turkey. What is our primary mission, with the SHORE project? Really, what we want to achieve is to increase the ocean and the water literacy of the younger generation. And what do we mean by ocean literacy? It's really to know how the ocean, how the rivers, how the waters influence us, and how we influence them in return. And by that, we really want to engage with students, with teachers, and with different schools. And our target regions we have 5 target regions: the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Danube and Rhine rivers. And so we're really targeting the different countries that are bordering these different areas. And how we would do that? How do we do that? We are trying to achieve different objectives. So the first one, as I mentioned, is to really empower youth to become agents of change, and that means really giving them the necessary knowledge and the keys to implement change and take actions. Second one is to expand the network of European Blue Schools, and we will have another speaker, talking in detail about this network. Third is to promote the EU Mission Ocean and Water objectives, and more specifically, to help connect citizens, local communities, schools, children, educators through education and training activities, and really ensure that there is a broad citizen engagement on the ocean and water topics. Our fourth one is to promote open schooling methodology, and what does that mean? That really means, bringing learning activities not just within the walls of a classroom, but really also outside of it. So that means, more flexible teaching, but also study visits, trips, etc. That really open the doors of learning, basically. Fifth one is to implement the blue curricula internationally, and that means really how to integrating knowledge about the oceans, about the waters, through different topics, through different subjects in schools, and different type of content. And the last one is to train professional educators on blue education, and that really what we want to achieve there is really to provide the resources for educators, to have the right resources to implement blue education activities, and we do that. One of the main tools that we have is our community platform, and I will briefly talk about it after. One really key activity and key tool that we have for this project is our open call. And through the call, the schools can apply for funding to implement Blue Project within the school and to engage their students in the projects. And they can get funding and then receive mentorship, receive guidance from our country hubs and our mentors for the implementation of the project. So that means really providing students with the right skills and knowledge to become eco-citizens. And we're really happy we've concluded the second open call, and we already have 58 schools that got funded for their funding for their projects. And our the second open call is now ongoing. Well, the schools are currently implementing their project for the second open call, and our third and final funding opportunity will be launched on the 22nd of April. And so in summary, just what do we offer through the SHORE project? We have the SHORE community platform. That's really a great platform where educators can find resources. There are some games as well for students, and lots of information about ocean and water literacy, about blue education. Is available there, and you can just create an account and join. When we have the open call period, we have a submission platform that is really dedicated to these calls, and this is where you can fill in, the schools can fill in the form, explain what their project is about, and submit their application. We of course have the Mission Ocean Waters Helix, which is this virtual network gathering experts on ocean literacy. And we have this Blue Curricula Toolkit and module, which I mentioned, and that are available through the SHORE community platform. So this is it from my side. Of course, if you're more interested in the SHORE project, these are all the links, to our different social media channel, website, etc. And I'm really looking forward to hearing the presentations now.
Yes, thank you very much, Maëva. Thank you for your nice presentation. We will leave you also some time so you can pose your questions later. Our next speaker is Dr. Uroš Novak. He is the leader of the research group for bioplastics, biocomposites, and zero waste technologies at the National Institute of Chemistry, Slovenia. He is also a part of the movement Scientists Against Plastics. So he's a researcher, entrepreneur, and speaker with 50 plus scientific articles and experience in more than 200 events. He co-founded 2 startups. He leads a non-profit, non-governmental organization and was a finalist in the 2019 EU Social Innovation Challenge, leading to the creation of 1230. As a coordinator and participant in more than 10 EU projects, he has helped secure 3 million euros in EU funding with total project values that are exceeding 45 million. He is also an EU Commission expert in blue economy, materials and engineering, and industrial biotechnology. His presentation will be towards Mission Ocean Resources, funding technology training, or scaling your impact. Dr. Novak, please.
Thank you for this long introduction. I will use Metimeter, so please help me with the presentation. So you're welcome to join. Here you see the QR code. What Ivica mentioned forget to mention is I'm also a coordinator of one mission project called Remedies. So besides coordinating, I'm also engaged there as an innovator in the zero waste cosmetics. My passion are the biomaterials, so something that is not plastic. But as you know, as you heard before, so also Remedies is part of the Mission Ocean program. We are the lighthouse for the Mediterranean. And first question to you will be, if you can scan the QR code. So what one word comes to your mind when you hear Mission Ocean Waters? Because it was like 2 weeks ago where we came back from the Ocean Days 25 in Brussels. It was mentioned that 67 project on the Mission Ocean is currently funded. There will be more of them. So it's impossible to understand and to see what everyone is doing. So it's very important, as you wrote here, the collaboration, yes, literacy as one, that we speak the same language. So those kind of events that comes that cluster different initiatives and so on, it's something that I would like to help, to support, and also prepare the presentations in the way that benefits the broader speaker audience. Okay, sustainability. which means protecting to the end, so to not interfere. Research literacy. Okay, thank you. I will have 2 more slides when you can engage. Ocean awareness, yes, great. But yes, stability is the key word, so we'll try to build upon that. So thank you for this way. So maybe a little bit overview. So EU missions are the new program, part of the Horizon Europe. So there are 5 missions. We have cancer, climate resilient ocean waters, climate neutral and smart cities, and healthy soils. So in the next exercise, I want you that you sort by importance, because EU thinks that EU selected all this as they're all important. So they narrow it down, the research, the focus, which is okay. You have to just adapt and VN. But in real life, if usually I have these slides a lot of time and check the importance of each topics. I think also here I can already predict who would be the winner. So I also try to think in that way. So you are not just like mission support in ocean, but also going broader, not just like through different projects in the Mission Ocean area, but also connecting to others or a mission initiative. And sometimes when you read the calls for other mission, this interaction is also quite needed. Okay, I think 2 people only voted. Usually the cancer is always the winner, because the human health, our ego is the most important every time. The nature is the last one, usually what we get when we have a huge sample of people. But yeah, since if you could, we're going that way, I think I will wait a little bit and try to explain a little bit more about what you learn. So Remedies is now a project that started in 2022. Now we are a little bit more than 2 years old, so there is still half a project left. And yes, I will now go to the lessons learned and funding opportunities and so on, and try to be quite direct with you where we think we can improve what we learned as and we give a feedback to you and also help you to understand how to work with the finance area and so on. Okay, let's think that the audience here thinks that the mission Restore Ocean Water is the most important. So I'm happy to see that. Maybe it's not because of the title, but and I have a full room of school children or others. Usually the cancer is the most one because it's the difficult to reach. But how we are doing in the Mission Ocean. So EU give us the point line, so how to understand the challenge. It divides in the 4 sea basins, so it's covered all the waters that surrounding Europe. So we have Baltic and North Sea, Mediterranean Sea Basin, Atlantic and Arctic coast, and Danube River Basin. As you can see here, there's also a plan that the topics that are focused now on each sea basin, I'll talk about it later. It also will be scalable throughout the sea basin. So, for example, there is not just problem with the pollution in the Mediterranean, but also in others. But the focus of the calls is now on the topics that you can see here. So, as a Mediterranean lighthouse, our objectives are reduce the plastic litter at sea, microplastic release in the environment. So just to be clear, we are not cleaning the ocean, the sea, the rivers. We are thinking upstream, to reduce the release of the microplastic to it. And also reduce the nutrient losses and risk of chemical pesticides. So this is the 3 topics that we are dealing with. So who we are as a Remedies, 23 partners, 12 countries. As you can see from the blue colored countries, we are mostly focused on covering all the Mediterranean Sea Basin. We have also a lot of demo sites, a lot of engagement, so which I will discuss now. Every mission call also have the funding opportunities. So to be quite specific, it's here you can see the Mission Ocean Waters Service portals. What are the options? I will not go beyond that. So also Remedies has called for proposals for associated regions. If you go there, you always have results, which means currently there are 5 open calls open, and you can easily filter out also by country, by objective, and so on when to apply. The specifics for this is that only local and regional authorities can apply, so the public sector. Here are our winners. We are one of the first who started this in the whole mission project. So we have founded a little less than 500,000. So we selected 5 associated regions coming from Portugal, Malta, Turkey, Tunisia, and Montenegro. And the open calls will finish, all the project will finish in June this year. And also then we are planning to have an event when we share all the great results that was achieved during this. Of course, every project remedies is innovation action. So some innovative technologies, we are tackling microplastic pollution. So, and orthography at brain and sea. As you can see, so the importance or the numbers showing that this is the quite important area, especially in the biodiversity and so on. A lot of people are there. I know a lot of you will travel to the Mediterranean during the summer. You're on there, so tourism is something that it's like the great importance, and what we leave behind is something that we have to probably improve. So we also started project as a movement, so Remedies for Ocean, which connects individuals, organizations, and also the regions. And yeah, what we are doing is, okay, here are the innovations. It's not the pictures are just like a showcase. It's not like that this is the real case, because we are building the final marketplace, which will be developed in a few months, where all the solution will be already available also to others. So innovation, so it's connected to the monitoring, that we understand where they have the pollution. We have different approaches to detect. For example, microplastic is something that we usually don't see with our own eyes, and very important that there is some methodology already. Then also the app and the portal and dashboard, where we share the results. This will be open to public also in a few months. Then we have a lot of activities in valorization. So plastic, it's not just a plastic litter, it's not just a waste. It can be also valorized to different products. We also need to have river cleaning technologies, which means that we also have innovations on the river. Here is the river barrier that you can see. For the microplastic, we have filtration for washing machine and marinas. The point here is that we spare the fresh water, so this is reuse. So the system is to reuse the fresh water multiple times. As you can see here, the system is cleaning the water that we can be reused for the washing again. And also the climate skin technology, which coagulates different microplastics, and this material then later can be used in the construction. So here it's, for example, one number is that we can extract or get 3 kilos of this material from 100 liter of wastewater coming from some industry. So it's quite a lot, as you can see in the microplastic. Anti-litter campaign, biodegradable fishing gear. This is also now been deployed in different locations. Zero waste cups and bottles. Here also it's not just the cups and the bottles, it's for the whole system. So the for the festivals, so cleaning them, washing them, and the green walls to filter the water, and also natural cosmetics. Yeah, 3 pillars. So how we are connect. So it's monitoring the tech, collect larosires, and prevent and reuse. And here is the demo site that we are building. And for the last session that I want interaction with you is the one where you see the impact. For example, EU Mission is very proud on these charters. So currently there is 940 charters, around 7 billion of pounds. You can see here by the colors where it's a lot of those. So you can also check this. It's also a great opportunity to see where the funds are like mostly distributed, and also where the communities are the most engaged. For the last part, and then I finish, is also please click where do you see the thing the biggest impact is reached. For example, when you go to we are all doing this, probably also a lot of you. When you have the workshops with children in the schools, when you have a YouTube conference like this one, for example, and when we have the open calls and to find a solution there, and beach cleanups, and we have the ocean days and meeting the commission. So, for example, so the impacts can be measured differently, but where do you think it's the impact? There is no like right answer here, but usually we have to like really work hard that we give ourselves and our knowledge in each of those cases. There are specifics, but I would say that what we learn from now, so this lesson learned, that open calls for solvency region it's an excellent thing. Basically, if we collect all the knowledge and all the people that can be reached to the municipality every day, we are having the numbers which are like in the remedies we reached 1.3 million, they reach more than 5 million already. So it's very effective. And what it's another lesson learned is that the younger generation is so enthusiastic and so supportive that basically the wave of these changes will come through them probably, and we don't have to worry that we will have our rivers, seas, and ocean very polluted. So time flies. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Uroš, thank you very much for your presentation. I would ask you, if you allow, can you share with us in the chat the links to the platform you were presenting?
Yes, okay, sure.
Great, thank you.
Honestly, they're difficult to find. Everything you look for the missions, there are different sites and so on. So basically, yeah, it's confusing. So I will put you the chat.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So moving forward, we have a presentation of corporate ocean responsibility, a shared responsibility for a sustainable and regenerative blue economy, which will be presented by Lisa Simone de Grunt, who is Director of Programs at World Ocean Council. She brings extensive expertise in project management, specializing in blue economy, maritime spatial planning, sustainable development, ocean governance, and environmental matters. Her experience includes successful leadership of many international and interdisciplinary teams, adept management of diverse projects, and a strong focus on stakeholder engagement and client relations. So Lisa, please.
Hi, yes, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I wonder who wrote it. I will start sharing my screen. So indeed, my name is Lisa Simone de Grunt, Director of Programs at the World Ocean Council. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak at this very important online event today. So I will talk a little bit about corporate ocean responsibility, a shared responsibility for sustainable and regenerative blue economy. So I think it's a little bit different from, I think, what is traditionally discussed when you talk about ocean literacy. So I hope it'll be interesting for you. So as you know, in recent years, human activity in the ocean has grown tremendously, both in duration, in intensity, and in frequency. So as industry use of the ocean has increased, the interaction among the different business sectors has grown as well. So you have a lot of the kind of usual suspect, big traditional maritime industries like the military and the Navy, or oil and gas, maritime transport. But you also see now a lot of space being taken up by kind of the new kids on the block. You have different kinds of offshore renewable energy, aquaculture, mineral extraction, et cetera, et cetera. So in this super busy ocean, things like ocean governance, marine spatial planning are crucial to ensure safety, operational efficiency, as well as environmental stewardship. So I just want to say a few words about what we at the World Ocean Council call the Ocean Business Community Challenge. So we think that the private sector is really a crucial partner in ocean sustainable development for both understanding the problems that there are in the ocean, as well as then implementing the solutions. So the most critical environmental impacts, like acidification or sea level rise, et cetera, they're really cross-cutting or cumulative. They impact not just one space in the ocean, but the entire ocean. And this also means that they impact various industries at the same time. So this is just to say that even the best efforts of a single company or even a single maritime industry is not going to be enough to secure ocean health. So what we really need is all the different maritime industries to come together to create synergies and economies of scale to address these impacts. And this means that there's a need for a structured process for leadership and collaboration. This is, of course, where we come in as the World Ocean Council. We aim to bring together the global ocean private sector across the different maritime industries, catalyzing leadership, collaboration, and action for what we call corporate ocean responsibility. So, our goal is, of course, a healthy and productive global ocean and its sustainable use and stewardship by a responsible ocean business community. We are the only global blue economy business and investment organization. We are international, so we have our headquarters in Barcelona, but we are also registered in the United States. In Barcelona, this is now our global headquarters. We're very happy to announce this. We have a partnership with the Port of Barcelona and the city. So what we try and do is really promote Barcelona as kind of the global blue economy hub, if you will. I put a little picture here on the screen of our office in the World Trade Center in the port. So if you're ever in Barcelona, please do come visit us. The World Ocean Council was established back in 2010. We are a non-for-profit organization, and we run on membership. So we have members like cruise lines, aquaculture company, shipping lines, ports and cities, research institutes, nature-based solution companies, reef safe, sunscreen, and many, many more. So for us, it's really important to not only have members that are kind of large established companies, but also especially startups and SMEs and entrepreneurs, because on both sides of the spectrum, we think that they can learn a lot from each other, especially when it comes to things like innovation. So a little bit more about what we do. We kind of structure our work around four key elements. So one is taking action for the ocean, where we have our program. So this is what I am responsible for, and I'll tell you a little bit more on my next slide. Then we unite our voice for ocean sustainability and resilience, and we do this through communication and events. So if you have not yet heard about us, we have a quite large online presence. So on LinkedIn, also have a newsletter goes out to a lot of people. But kind of our flagship activity is each year we organize the Sustainable Ocean Summit. So this is where we bring together our members, but also externals. So really representatives from across the various maritime industries, but also then other types of actors like governments, NGOs, academia, etc. And we talk about, the shared issues and challenges that we all face in the different sectors, but also about the solutions that we can kind of co-design and hopefully co-implement. Last year, for the first time, we also organized the Global Blue Finance Summit, because finance, as I'm sure you're aware, is a huge topic. It's kind of the condition for making anything happen in the ocean. So we bring together leaders from both public as well as private finance, so investors, VCs, incubators, etc. And so they're back to back, the Sustainable Ocean Summit, and then the next day is the Global Blue Finance Summit. As I mentioned, we now have this partnership with the city and the Port of Barcelona. So last year we did it for the first time, and this year we'll do it again. We organized what we call the Barcelona Blue Week. So this year, the week of the 3rd of November, you should block it in your calendars. You should spend all week and the weekend in Barcelona, because it'll not only be the Sustainable Ocean Summit and the Global Blue Finance Summit, but you'll also can attend the Continent's Tomorrow Blue Economy, the huge Smart City Expo, smart ports, etc. The third element, like I mentioned, is investing in the ocean, so funding and finance, and then lastly, creating a collaborative and diverse ocean community through our membership. So this is my slide, if you will. So we've kind of done a little bit of a restructuring of the World Ocean Council over the last few months. So we've reorganized kind of our key priorities into 6 programs. So starting at the beginning, we have Blue Economy Global Innovation Network. So this is where we bridge the gap between these huge incumbent companies and then SMEs and startups, and connecting also global incubators and accelerators. Global Blue Finance, the Bluefin, where we bring the finance and investment communities together to hopefully align agendas for future funding for the sustainable ocean. Ports, cities, and resilience. So here you can think about things like green shipping, coastal resilience, infrastructure, things like that. Policy and planning. Here we focus on marine spatial planning, but also multi-use, marine protected areas, etc. Smart Ocean. This hosts one of our kind of flagship programs, which is Smart Ocean, Smart Industries, where we encourage those maritime companies that have either seagoing vessels or that have infrastructure in the ocean to collect data about the ocean. It could be, weather data, it could be salinity, plastics, mammal sightings, etc., and to share this with researchers. So either existing global observation programs, like Goose, for instance, or to share this with specific universities and their research departments that have projects where they need specific ocean data. Last but certainly not least, we have a program called Climate and Marine Biodiversity, which also kind of ties everything together. Here, we focus on things like marine carbon dioxide removal, ship strikes with mammals, nature-based solutions, etc. So I've included here a bunch of logos. I just wanted to highlight some of the funded EU projects that we're involved in right now. So we are the coordinator of the Green Marine Med project, which is funded under MFAF. Here we are building the Mediterranean Green Shipping Network. There's also the, relatively new funding program, Sustainable Blue Economy Partnership. Here, the WC is also leading a project called MedSea Plan on marine spatial planning in the Mediterranean. Lastly, I wanted to highlight Horizon Europe project where we are involved, called CO2 CDR, which is on marine carbon dioxide removal, and here WC is the commercial partner. So I think that's enough about us. I just wanted to highlight a little bit, like I mentioned in the beginning, that ocean literacy, I think it's not just for children and it's not just for students. And it's not just for people that don't know so much about the ocean, right? It's also, I think, especially important to consider ocean literacy not just as a course you take and then you're done with it. It is a continuous learning process. And I think it's also especially important to educate people that work at ocean companies, because I think when you start working, you can sometimes get a bit of tunnel vision and you don't always make the time or have the time to learn new things. But I think ocean literacy is a hugely important tool to empower companies to make informed decisions so that they can balance economic growth with marine ecosystem health, ensuring not just environmental sustainability, but also long-term business resilience. So I put here on the screen a little bit about why we think that companies should care. Like I mentioned, ocean health directly impacts business sustainability, so there's a huge opportunity for enhanced risk management. Of course, we know that there is growing stakeholder expectation as well as increasing regulatory pressures for companies to become generally more sustainable, going beyond greenwashing or blue washing, but really true true change. Of course, this is an opportunity, I think, as an optimist, to improve not just your reputation, but really to improve your business, and to make it more profitable, to make it stay longer in the world. So really, innovation as a competitive advantage. So I don't have a lot of time today, of course, to go into a lot of depth, but I just listed some key considerations for businesses. It's important to consider the entirety of the supply chain, not just where your company focuses on. It's also very important to continuously assess and then mitigate your impacts on the marine ecosystem. Um, then lastly, I just wanted to mention, I think it is quite difficult to to kind of break this silo between science, uh, or scientists and entrepreneurs, as they don't often speak the same type of language. And I think that there's a lot of value to be had here. So I just wrote down here off the top of my head a lot of frameworks that could be very useful for increased corporate ocean responsibility. And here we can think about things like the circular economy, but also planetary boundaries, sustainable development goals, of course, ecosystem services, and of course, most importantly for today, ocean literacy and the ocean literacy principles. Just looking at my time. Yes, so I was also asked to prepare a little bit of interaction for everyone today. So I did start a Slido. Um, I can't see it now. Okay, so I would ask everyone to join at slido.com and put in the hashtag Mission Helix, or just to scan the QR code. And I hope that everyone will join because it's nicer if everyone does. So I have 3 questions. And then after that, I have a 5-question quiz, which will be rapid fire. So please all join. Okay, so the first question is, how would you rate your level of ocean literacy compared to your peers? I think this is a better question than just to ask, how ocean literate are you? So look around the room and think, I know more about the ocean than that person, or I know less than that person. Okay, this is already looking good. Yeah, it's the eco again. Huh? Perfect. Amazing. Great. Next question. Which ocean sustainability issue do you think is most critical? So I put in here, of course, this is not an extensive list, but you have plastic pollution, overfishing, climate change. Oh, well, now I can't read it in order anymore, but very good. Please respond. Marine biodiversity loss, habitat destruction, overfishing. So you can select more than one option. I thought that was only fair. Yeah, plastic is, of course, a hugely hot topic. I think it would have also been interesting to have the kind of the other side of the question here, no? So not just the issues, but also the solutions for another time. Okay, so plastics, biodiversity, climate change. Nice. Thank you. Okay, and the last question of the first round. What do you think is the most effective strategy for companies or corporations to reduce their ocean footprint? So here you're also allowed to have more to put more than one answer. So reducing waste emissions, investing in sustainable technologies, supporting marine research and funding cleanup efforts, and enhancing ocean literacy and employee education. Today, of course, I would expect ocean literacy to be at the top, but interesting to see that it's reducing waste and emissions. I think that's also quite fair. All right, thank you very much. Then I would like to start the quiz. I understood from our trial yesterday that you may have been kicked out of the slide and then you have to join again. Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, so it would be nice if you put your name actually, because there will be a winner at the end. You just win honor, you don't win any prize. And for those of you that paid a lot of attention to the presentation of Uroš, one of the questions was answered on there. So, okay, maybe a few more seconds for everyone to join. Nice. Okay, let's start. So you have 15 seconds to answer each question, so you have to be quite quick. In 2023, how many ports in the world offer alternative fuels, including LNG, to ships? 744, 362, or 147? You have to hurry. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So most of you said 362. It's 147. Next question. What term is used to describe the systematic study of the ocean floor and its topography? Hydrography, oceanography, bathymetry. Go. Hurry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. It's bathymetry. Third question. Get ready. What percentage of the world marine biodiversity lives in the Mediterranean? 11%, 7%, or 0.7%? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Yeah, okay. Very good. You've all been paying attention. It is indeed 7% or 7.5%, I think Uroš said. Okay. Which nutrient is most commonly associated with causing algae blooms when it runs off into the ocean? Phosphorus, nitrogen, or calcium? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Most of you said nitrogen. And it is nitrogen. Amazing. Last question. Which treaty regulates international oceanic, environmental, and territorial policies? Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, or UNCLOS? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Most of you said UNCLOS. And it is UNCLOS. Amazing. Congratulations, Uroš. Great job. Amazing. Okay. That was it from my side. Thank you very much. I hope you found my presentation interesting. And again, I want to remind you, the week of the 3rd of November this year, come to Barcelona for our conference, but many other conferences as well. Thank you very much.
Great, Lisa. Thank you very much for this very nice and interactive presentation. I will use the opportunity and personal friendship with Uroš to congratulate that. Anyway, once again, Lisa, thank you very much. And we move forward to the network of European Blue Schools. It will be presented by Gennadi Lessin. He is a senior marine systems modeler at Plymouth Marine Laboratory and representative of our sister project, ProBlue. Gennadi has over 20 years of experience in developing advanced tools to understand ocean dynamics and human impact. His career spans research and education, from teaching primary school children to designing university courses on aquatic ecosystem modeling. He currently leads a work package in the ProBlue project, developing an innovative catalog of teaching aids, a growing community resource of educational materials. His work at the intersection of ocean science and education has evolved from professional expertise into a personal mission, which is inspiring to generations to become passionate stewards of our waters and oceans. So, Gennadi, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me to give this presentation. I hope you can see my slides and you can hear me well. Just if someone nods, that would be great. And thank you. Great. So ProBlue, and what is ProBlue and what opportunities can it offer to you? I'll start with introduction into what ProBlue is. So ProBlue is a project funded within the European Union's mission Restore Our Oceans and Waters. Our goal is to support and expand network of European blue schools, welcoming diverse new members and improving ocean and water literacy across wider school communities. So we are focusing both on education within school, but also we are looking at the whole community surrounding the school: parents, local businesses, NGOs, local authorities, and so on. By doing this, we directly contribute to key objectives of the mission: to protect marine and freshwater ecosystems and biodiversity, and to prevent and eliminate pollution. Our project launched in June 2023 and continues until May 2026. And during this time, we are organizing 4 funding calls to support innovative school projects with grants of up to €10,000 per project, which creates opportunities for educators across disciplines and across European regions. So we are supporting blue schools, but what is exactly a blue school? So blue school is a school that engages students in ocean and water literacy topics through project-based learning. The goal here is to create not only knowledge about ocean and waters, but also awareness and sense of responsibility for ocean, rivers, lakes. So notice that I'm not only talking about ocean, but also about rivers and lakes. That means that schools are not just those that are around coastal areas. Any school can become a blue school if it looks at ocean or inland waters. So any school can become a blue school. Certification is available for primary, secondary, vocational schools, and you can find very detailed information on the website of the Network of European Blue Schools. You can see the link on the slide. And today, blue schools exist both regionally and globally. At the global level, there is Blue Schools Global Network that was created by UNESCO in 2024 as part of the United Nations Ocean Decade. This network consists of national hubs in member countries, and there are also 2 already well-established regional networks. One of them is the All-Atlantic Blue School Network, and another one is our European one. So here you can see various resources that are available through the Global Blue Schools Network, their website, a Padlet map showing location of all the blue schools around the world and their coordinates. There is a portal for teacher training, and there is even a WhatsApp group to connect with other teachers from blue schools and to share experiences. So looking at Europe, we have our own Blue Schools Network here, which is coordinated by the EU for Ocean Coalition, which is a group of different NGOs, companies, research centers that have expertise in blue education and ocean and water literacy. So this coalition is managing the certification of blue schools. So by the end of 2024, there were 630 schools in EU and associated countries. Most of the schools are concentrated in Mediterranean countries and around the Black Sea. So we are looking at expanding the whole network everywhere, but particularly, of course, to see more blue schools, excuse me, in the Northern Europe, around North Sea, Baltic Sea basins. So what are the benefits for a school to become a blue school? So there are several key advantages. And one of them is getting access to exclusive educational resources and events. Also receiving information about prizes, grants, and other opportunities for funding. And of course, recognition, because your work will be recognized and you get visibility at European scale, because your project will be mentioned on Maritime Forum website and European Atlas of the Seas. And perhaps most valuably, it is connection with other like-minded schools and teachers from other countries who share your interest and passion for ocean and water literacy and blue education, and creating opportunities to collaborate and for sharing your knowledge. So I hope this convinces you that your school or school near you should become a blue school. And now let's talk about practical details about how to apply to become a blue school. And the application process is very straightforward. You can apply twice per year, and you can see from this slide that the application window is currently open until 30th of May. To be accredited, you need to present a school project related to ocean or inland waters that is either currently ongoing or has been completed in the previous year. So note that you cannot apply with future projects because you need to demonstrate activities that have actually happened. Your project must fulfill 5 compulsory criteria, which are very straightforward. You need to have interlinked activities, you need to produce clear output, you need to involve all students, you need to collaborate with some local partner from industry or research, and you need to communicate results of your project. So if you need any help with applying, then you are free to email us at ProBlue for support. We will be happy to help you with your application. And applications are reviewed monthly, and if your application is in order, you will receive your certificate. But it's important to note that you are in luck if you decide to apply this year, because stars have aligned, and this year we have 3 European projects that promote blue schools, including our project, ProBlue, that have upcoming calls for grants of up to 10,000 euro per school project. So I strongly recommend going to the websites of these projects and exploring and reading them carefully, because each of these projects, each of these our projects, ProBlue, Blue Lights and Shore, have their own timeline, grant amounts, and application guidelines. So you should explore those and see what works best for you. But key point to remember here is that if you receive funding from one of those projects, you cannot be funded by another one or by another call. So today is 20th of March, and you can see on the slide that ProBlue call is opening tomorrow, 21st of March, and I encourage everyone to take the opportunity to apply. So now I will provide a few more details about ProBlue grant specifically. So if your project is selected, you will be accredited as a blue school automatically. You don't need to apply twice. Only schools can apply as legal entities. You can partner with other organizations, NGOs, research centers, and so on, but only school is the legal entity that submits application and receives funds. The funds can be used for various purposes. You can buy equipment, organize training for teachers and students, and you can pay for travel costs. All of this information will be available tomorrow on our website. And important also to note that to help your project receive higher score in evaluation and its chances for being funded, try partnering with other schools if possible, and collaborate with other schools, and include citizen science approaches and tools in your project, because we are putting very strong emphasis on bridging the gap between scientific research and education. And citizen science is one of those tools that is extremely useful for that. So regarding the funds available for the upcoming call, we have 3 lump sum options from 2,500 euro to 7,500, depending on country where you are based and scale of the project. And for the upcoming call, we also have a selection of priority countries. But still note that these are priority countries, but schools from all of the EU and associated countries are eligible and are very welcome to apply. So which activities can you include in your project? These can be very diverse. You can include data collection with citizen science methods, workshops, meetings with scientists or industry representatives, school conferences, training, creative performances. So it doesn't have to be only about science. Competitions, so let the imagination guide you. You have lots of options here. But there are two types of activities that have special importance for us in the project. These are developing lesson plans and teaching units that are helpful for other educators that can learn from your experience. So these resources will be made available to everyone through ProBlue online catalog of teaching aids. So this online catalog is a collaborative platform to inspire and support Blue education in classrooms in Europe and beyond. And it allows uploading, browsing, and downloading content in various editable formats. And all of this content is automatically translated into 24 official EU languages. The catalog is open to everyone for browsing and downloading. No registration is required. We want to be as open as possible, but very simple registration process is required if you want to upload materials. So who is this catalog for? First of all, it's for schools funded by ProBlue. So they can share their resources, make them available to the teaching community. It also hosts digital resources that we as ProBlue team create to connect schools with real-world research, such as simulation models and educational videos showing scientists at work. And it's also open to all of the organizations, projects, initiatives that are advancing ocean and water literacy and want their materials to be available to everyone. So it's truly a community resource open to everyone for anyone who has this passion and mission to advance ocean and water literacy. So feel free to explore the catalog and what it has to offer. Consider adding your own resources. You can see the internet address on this slide. And next, I show a quick recap of the upcoming funding calls. So here is the calendar in the chronological order. Remember to check all the websites very carefully. We have Network of European Blue Schools applications open until 30th of May. ProBlue call opening tomorrow, as I mentioned. Shore Opportunity, as was already presented, is opening on the 22nd of April. And in September, there will be also another opportunity from Blue Lights project. So in your projects, you can, of course, mix environmental science with anything, art, sports, maths, sustainable cooking. So they can be really diverse. And here are videos from our funded projects. So, for example, we have a project in Romania looking at microplastic pollution. They are collecting samples and creating a national water quality map. They collaborate with research centers and they together develop solutions for this problem. We have Green School in Albania that mixes environmental learning with sports activities. They have running competitions where students learn about ecology, climate change, community impact, while they are also improving their physical fitness and care for nature. So if you go to our website or follow us on social media, you will find information about all of the projects that have been funded by ProBlue so far. And I want to invite you to follow us on social media, to apply for ProBlue grants and explore our catalog of teaching aids. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take any questions.
Gennadi, thank you very much for your presentation. I would repeat his last sentence if you have any questions. Okay, we have no questions in the chat at the moment. So I would like to ask you, for answering some feedback questions that we have prepared. So before our next presentation, we would like to hear from you or to read from you. How would you rate the experience about this event? So I assume that you already have the poll popped up. Thank you very much for your answers in advance. It will help us a lot to improve our user experience. Let's say it like that. Now, last but not least, we have with us today my colleague and my dear friend Paul McKenna, head of membership operations at Crowdhelix, who will present you the Mission Ocean and Water Helix community. Crowdhelix is a UK and Ireland-based open innovation platform that forges links between an international network of excellent researchers and innovating companies so that they can plan, deliver, and exploit pioneering collaborative projects and value chains. Paul's main focus at Crowdhelix is support of our member organizations in facilitating global engagement with organizations from across industry and academia looking to participate in open innovation projects and collaborative partnerships. Dear Paul, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ivica. So thanks for welcoming me today to give this presentation. I will just share the screen if I can and give you a quick overview first about Crowdhelix. So we are, as Ivica said, an open innovation and network platform. We have just over 17,342 registered users on our platform, and they are from 820 member organizations comprised of universities, research technology organizations, lots of SMEs, some NGOs, some funding agencies, and some associate members. Our membership base spans 58 countries, and we the purpose of Crowdhelix is to build networks and form consortia for research and innovation opportunities. We also run and host events such as today, and we are also a project impact and acceleration partner in 35 Horizon Europe projects. Just to give you a quick glimpse of some of our members, we have membership in South Korea as more and more countries associate to the Horizon Europe program. We are expanding our base. The University of Montreal in Canada, Copenhagen in Denmark, LATAT in Barcelona, UCL Imperial based in London, Karolinska Institute in Sweden, KPMG Portugal, Tecnico Milano in Italy, and TU Delft in the Netherlands. So we have a really good reach across our platform and network. I will just log in to show you our platform. We have 54 thematic Helix communities. You can see these on the screen here. The Helix of interest I wanted to show to you today is, of course, the Mission Ocean and Waters Helix. So our Helix communities are thematic virtual communities. We populate these with academics and researchers from our membership organizations, and they use the communities to typically work in the pre-award space to find partners for research and innovation opportunities. But we also operate in the space of live projects, as we are in the Shore project, where we're fulfilling communication and dissemination activities. And we use our platform, our reach, and our community and our Helix structure to promote the project and aligned interests in that research discipline and area. So I will click on the Mission Ocean and Waters Helix community. Each community has 3 areas. It has an opportunities area. This is typically focused on the pre-award space, where our members are trying to find networks, build consortia for research proposals in the area of Mission Ocean and Waters. We have a results area where we can publish key exploitable results from projects for our members. They don't have to necessarily be Horizon Europe results. They can be results for any key exploitable result that our members would like to showcase to our community, aligned to the area of Mission Ocean and Waters. So if I show you here, we can see the Astral project has promoted some of its results in this results feature here. And so we like our community to be able to see the actual tangible results that arise from projects. And we encourage our members to use this as a tool to promote their research, and also for us to disseminate that across our network, so people can be made aware of the real results arising from the research from projects that we at Crowdhelix are involved with, but also any relevant aligned project to the Mission Ocean and Waters mission. I'll go back to the opportunity section, and you will see here calls for EIT communities where we're seeking to build this is more of a typical pre-award post where we're seeking to find partners for our members to target specific calls. And so we work in, as I mentioned, both the pre-award space and the post-award space. I will now show you the actual Helix page. So the Mission Ocean and Waters Helix community, you can see here there's a very high level succinct summary of what the Helix community is all about. We have some background about the Helix community, and we can see the Shore project is the featured project on this Helix community. Crowdhelix is involved in 35 projects currently, and where we're involved in a project performing the communication and dissemination activities, we will always create a specific Helix community for that project, unless we have a Helix community already built. In the case of the Shore project, this community was already there because we have Helix communities built around the Horizon Europe mission areas. So this was the perfect community to associate the Shore project with and to align the project to the community. You can see here we have 816 individuals who have subscribed to this community across our networks, and they are from 297 organizations and 50 countries. So we have a truly global interest in this community, and when anybody posts across this community, every single person in that who has subscribed from those 816 experts, they will be notified about the post, the opportunity, the result. So we can really, shows the reach of the Helix community and how posting on this particular community will reach our membership and across 297 organizations and 50 countries. Each community has a Crowdhelix designated manager, Ivica in this case. We also have a Helix leader who is typically from the organization who is leading the project. So the Shore project is Yildiz Technical University is the lead on that, the coordinator on that project. And Prof. Afsin Setting Kaya is the Helix leader for this particular community. We also invite all project members to join the Helix. And so we have members here, NTNU, University of Venice, Middle East Technical University, University of Haifa, University College Cork, Leeds, etc. So our members can profile their organization logo on these Helix communities to show they're a key player in this area. And it just enables us to give some visibility to those organizations when people are potentially seeking partners for future projects, that they know these organizations are working in this space, and they can look to identify suitable partners from our community through using our platform and our network. We also use the projects page to promote the project. So if I was to click here, it will take you to the Shore project page. Also, we can use the Helix community to promote the resources that arise from the project. So we can see here a number of newsletters, brochures, etc. from the Shore project that we put up front and center on our Helix community to really drive impact and acceleration for the Shore project, using our Helix community to do this. Crowdhelix also, we host events such as this event we're all attending now, and we welcome our community to engage with our platform and share results, as well as seek partners for future projects. And so we're an open innovation network. We want people to use the community, grow our community. It's just over 17,340 members currently who have subscribed to Crowdhelix users, and that's a daily growing number of users. So we really want to make sure the project gets a really good deal from our membership and using our platform and our Mission Ocean and Waters Helix community. I will stop sharing now, but I don't know if anyone has any questions for me on Crowdhelix, how the platform works.
Thank you very much, Paul. I have to repeat. So, does anybody have any question for Mr. McKenna?
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ivica.
Thank you very much, Paul. So, yeah, this pretty much concludes our series of presentations. I want to thank you, everyone, for joining this event. And I would like to invite you to follow our Project Shore on social media. We will have a series of webinars related to ocean and waters that will come in 2025 and 2026. I also would like to invite you to follow Crowdhelix because taking into account that the new program for 2025 to 27 is on the way, and Crowdhelix is organizing a series of matchmaking events across Europe for different clusters. In case you have an interest, you can check and register. So I would also like to invite you to join our Mission Ocean and Waters Helix and start benefiting from this virtual community. Once again, I thank you very much for your time and see you soon.